We're back continuing our discussion with Bob Sugarman, the National Chair of the Anti-Defamation League. Bob, ADL recently developed this brochure, and it shows right on the cover, Fighting Hate, Building a Better World. And let me just highlight a couple of the subheadings. The experts on extremism, terrorism, and hate, you referred to that earlier. Shaping future generations, building alliances, a strong voice for Israel, and safeguarding your rights, and a watchdog for anti-Semitism, all important missions. But I know watchdog for Israel, an important part of your mission. Tell us about that.
Right. We view the safety and security of the State of Israel as a very important issue for Jews all over the world and for Americans. It's our only reliable ally in the Middle East. It's the only democracy in the Middle East. So we are very, very strongly involved in protecting and defending the security in a very, very, very difficult neighborhood. Israel is surrounded by hostile groups, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza. Syria is a mess, but Syria in the north, and it lives in very challenging times, and we feel it's important for Americans, not only Jews, but all Americans to support.
And what does
Israel.
ADL do specifically to advance that goal?
We do two things, at least two things. We take groups from the United States to Israel. So we take missions of law enforcement officers from all over the country to meet with, interact with the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israeli police to work together about anti-terrorism. We take Hispanic Americans, whether they be clergy or political people or media people, to basically let them see firsthand what Israel is all about. We take college editors and college leaders to Israel. We take Catholic educators. We have a program to train Catholic educators as to how to teach the Holocaust, a very sore subject in the Catholic history. And as part of that program, we take once a year 15 or 20 Catholic educators to Israel. So that's one. And the other is to just educate people here about the issues and about the challenges and about the threats that Israel faces.
And I've gone to some of the meetings of ADL in this area, and often they will have a speaker who is a non-Jewish college student who stood up against intolerance on the campus and then was trained, got training by ADL about how to do that.
Right, and that's a whole other aspect of our training. We have programs starting preschool and running through high school and into college to teach people how to react to prejudice, to react to bigotry, to not be bystanders when they see it.
Don't be a bystander. Don't remain silent.
Correct. Very important. And then we have training programs all across the country, and we have them right here in Orange County.
We had a wonderful speaker recently on campus, Admiral Olson, who is the former commander of the U.S. Special Operations Command, 4-star Admiral, 38-year Navy SEAL. And we had the honor of having him as a guest on the show, and also he spoke to 700 people at the Carpenter Center. And he mentioned that a measure of a person's character is what he or she will tolerate in their presence. Mm-hmm. And I never heard it described quite that way, but a very powerful statement.
Right. People are prone to look and do nothing. And one of the things that we try to instill in people is that's just not enough.
So if you hear a racial joke, or if you see a reference that's inappropriate, a slur word, you just don't walk away and pretend you didn't hear it.
Right. You speak out, and there are ways to speak out which are effective, and then there are ways that aren't.
And you counsel people on...
Train people, particularly young people in schools.
Yeah. I think a lot of young people, out of ignorance, use some of these terms, not realizing the bite that it has on the recipient, and it's an education process.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Iran, of course, a major existential threat to Israel, and much in the news. What's ADL's role in containing or trying to help contain Iran?
Well, firstly, yes, Iran is a very significant existential threat to Israel, but Iran is a major threat to the United States and to the Western world, and in the way we've lived in it for many, many years. So it's broader than just Israel, and again, the role that ADL plays is basically to educate and to highlight the challenges that the world faces from the possibility of a nuclear
If
Iran.
Iran goes nuclear, then other countries feel they have to, and our whole containment is out the window.
Well, yes, containment is just not an option in this case, in our view. One, for the reason that you say, Iran gets a weapon, Saudi Arabia is going to get one, Turkey's going to get one, Egypt's going to get one, and nuclear proliferation is out the window. And maybe even more troublesome than that is, who knows if nuclear weapons are all over the Middle East, which group will get their hands on it? Will Hamas have a nuclear weapon? Will Hezbollah have a nuclear weapon? Will Al-Qaeda have a nuclear weapon? And
it's a frightening prospect that small groups without return address have the capability, theoretically, of getting, and nuclear weapons get smaller and smaller.
Right.
And that's the ultimate horror, is a lethal weapon of that nature in the hands of not a state actor, but some. And that's what Admiral Olson was talking about, because those are the threats we face today increasingly. Right. It's not from the Soviet Union or even China. It's from these mysterious groups in the desert.
Right. Yes, it's a real problem. And it's from a regime in Iran that makes no bones about the fact that it is intent in destroying Israel and destroying the culture that we in this country and in the West have grown up with.
So you take the leaders at their face when they say that. It's not just rhetoric.
I don't think you can dismiss the possibility that they mean what they say. Maybe they don't, but if there's a 10% chance that they do, that's 10% too much.
Yeah. Wow. Dealing with ultimate issues here.
Right.
And as in so many areas, education plays an important role, getting people to be aware of the risk,
right,
and willing to address it.
Right. And I would say, if you look at the expenditure of resources by the ADL, the vast majority, in one way or another, is in education, whether it's education in terms of human relations, whether it's education to fight cyberbullying, whether it's education to make people aware of the threat that Iran poses to the world, or that Hamas and Hezbollah and Syria pose to Israel. That's really a very significant part of our business.
And I know, as part of your education mission, you mentioned earlier visiting the different regional offices. You'll here in the Long Beach, Orange County, Long Beach area. You're visiting the regional office headed by Melissa Carr.
Right. She's our regional director, and she and Mark Schneider, our chair of the Long Beach Orange County Board, are involved in these various programs. So they're involved in cyberbullying. They're involved in training high school teachers, not Catholic educators, high school teachers, to teach the Holocaust. We developed a program called Echoes and Reflections in partnership with the Shoah Foundation, which is Steven Spielberg's foundation, and Yad Vashem in Israel, to give to high school teachers all across the country to teach the Holocaust in their schools. And that is an active program in Orange County.
That's great. And if you want further information, we're putting up now the telephone number of the regional office. You can call up ADL, get further information on any of the programs that may be of interest to you. We'll be back with more of our show after these messages.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Oh, yeah, but if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
At Performance Plus Tire, you'll find we carry Toyo tires. For over 50 years, Toyo has been a world leader in the development of high-quality tires. Optimum performance, safety, and a comfortable ride. That's what makes Toyo tires great. And now come into Performance Plus Tire for a great deal on these Toyo tires. Proxys ST, Open Country AT, and Proxys 4. Toyo tires, driven to perform. Come in today and we'll install new Toyo tires on your vehicle while you wait. Performance Plus Tire on Cherry Avenue, 1 mile north of the 405 in Long Beach.
I want to improve my career opportunities.
I want to earn a higher salary at my job.
I'd like to finish what I started.
The new Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts degree completion program at Cal State Long Beach will help you achieve your educational goals while keeping your life in balance. Contact our customer service center at 1-800-963-2250 for more information, or visit us on the web. Let CSULB help you finish what you started.
As your business searches for smart ways to save, don't forget about the one that's right in front of you. Switch to the Charter Business Bundle and you can save big without sacrificing a thing. Get reliable business telephone and high-speed internet with local support and great features. Power your business with great savings starting today. It's easy to pay less and get more. Call now and make a switch to the Charter Business Bundle.